Hi, welcome back to 5 Business Rules. I'm Monica.
And I'm Nicole.
And today we are talking about content curation. 5 ways to ensure content creation helps, not hurts, your social media marketing. And before we dive into the subject, let's talk about what content curation is. It is simply going through all of the information that you're reading, blog posts, articles, videos, pulling out the best bits that are going to be most valuable to your target market and sharing it.
So this is really important on a couple levels, right? Because you don't know everything. We all know that. We like to think that, but you are going to find great information from other sources, and sharing it is a good way to bump up the knowledge you have and that you can share with your audience, but it's also making you interactive, and that's what social media is all about.
Exactly. And it's showing that you have your finger on the pulse of what's going on in the industry. You can become a go-to resource for people if you're consistently sharing really great information and keeping your target market in the know, which is awesome. So that this is how it can help you, but it can hurt you if you're sharing way too much or sharing it in the wrong way. So let's dive into our 5 things. One, when you're sharing content, add your opinion or commentary. Why is this important? Why should someone read it? Why is this the article to read on the particular subject?
Let's say something you want to comment on Trump. There's plenty out there, but some of us have become so deadened to Trump that we don't even read it anymore. And so why does this one make a difference? Tell your audience what they're going to get out of it, what you got out of it, and why it's important.
Yeah, adding that context makes a huge, huge difference. Second, this kind of sounds obvious, but it's worth saying. Only curate really high quality content. There is so much garbage out there on the internet, and you do not want to be sharing it. So that means don't just go with what the headline is. Actually read the whole thing beginning to end to make sure that it is consistent with your point of view, with who you are as a brand, with the standards and quality that your brand exemplifies.
So, and this is the thing about bringing value, right? If the information is valuable, but also we see a lot of wedding pictures, vacation pictures, dog pictures, and they might be beautiful and the cutest dog or baby ever. But your audience really doesn't care about your cousin's baby, right?
Probably
so
not.
High quality means it might be a great professional photo, but keep the value in the high quality.
Yeah, exactly. So there's 2 sides to that quality coin. Number 3, don't outsource blindly. So if someone on your team is curating content and sharing it, or if you are using a service or a company to do it for you, make sure you know what they are sharing on your behalf so you don't get caught unawares. So let's say I shared something and it's outsourced. So I shared it on LinkedIn, and Nicole read it, and Nicole and I run into each other at an event, and Nicole starts going on and on about this great article, and I have no idea what she's talking about. That's kind of embarrassing. So even though someone else is doing it for you, make sure you know what they're doing.
Because it will surprise you sometimes. I've gotten calls about what I shared on LinkedIn, and I'm like, remind me what you're talking about. And sometimes it's just a busy day and you don't remember, but
right.
If you're curating it, you should really kind of have a sense of what's happening.
Yeah. Number 4, frequency, which I kind of already touched on. You want to have kind of a balance between original and curated content, okay? If you're sharing tons and tons of curated content and very little original content, what you actually end up doing is sending people to someone else's website instead of sending them to your website. One thing you want to do on social media is get people off of social media and onto your website where they can take some sort of action. Maybe download something, they get into your sales funnel, or contact you outright.
So there's that fine line, right, about being the resource for the go-to knowledge and being you. Because the whole point of social media is to show off who you are. So even if you don't have time to do a lot of original content and all that, that's okay, but you still need to put yourself in there, not just share everything.
Exactly. And last but not least, switch up your sources, plain and simple. Don't be sharing articles only from, let's say, Forbes, Huffington Post, and Bloomberg. Switch up your sources, look for new, fresh voices, opinions, articles, and get those out there as well.
It's not a bad idea to have go-to sources when you need something in a pinch, but like she said, make it well-rounded, small business, large business. I can't, as much as I love everything Monica puts out, I can't share just her content.
Right. That would be weird.
That would be weird.
That'd be weird.
Or be weird in a good way.
Or in a good way.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.